I finally got some crafting done and I have some plans. Hi, I'm Erica and welcome to my channel Dizzy Knits and Curls, where I create a vintage inspired goth adjacent wardrobe and the beauty looks that go with it. And I haven't been creating much of either of those lately because we're working on a garage remodel and I've been busy with work and it's just been a little stressful. But today I am here with some progress on a couple new cast-ons for knitting, and I also made a pair of trousers. So let's start with what I'm wearing today. On the top of me is the patina blouse by Friday Pattern Company. I made this quite some time ago. I'm gonna adjust your view here so I can stand up. I made this last year, and when I finished it, I felt like it looked a little bit puritanical, a little bit high school Thanksgiving pageant. So I kind of wasn't sure if I was gonna wear it. But now I've pulled it out again, and I gotta tell you, I really like it. So this is the patina in the size small in a rayon challis. I used the higher of the two necklines. There is a add-on pack where you can raise the depth of the neck for the patina, and I do that because otherwise it is way down here on me. I did the long sleeve with the cuff, and then I actually did snaps for my buttons, and I'm wearing my little Halloween brooch, my little witchy pumpkin, but the pants are the new thing I have made. So I'm gonna stand up for a second. I wanted some 40s inspired pants, so I made these. These are in a rayon wool spandex blend. They're quite a thick kind of double knit. And the pattern that I used as my base was the Walk Boldly Wide Leg Pants by Pattern Emporium. Let me move you guys back in and get a little closer. So, those pants are a knit pull-on pants. They have an elasticated waist. They have a couple darts in the back, and they're quite wide leg. They flare out from the hip and then have a very large bottom hem. So I wanted these pants to have a little bit more of a 1940s silhouette and still be comfy pull-on pants. So what I did was I took the Walk Boldly Wide Leg Pants pattern, and they do fit at the hip. So I used the hip measurement of the pant as my guide, and then I tapered them in until my bottom leg was only about, I think they're like 6 inches wide at the bottom leg, and then tapered up to my hip. So I ended up taking several inches out of the pant on the front and the back. And it gives a still very wide pant, but they're not quite as voluminous as the original pattern. And I feel like this has made these really wearable for every day and given me that kind of vintage look when I pair it with this blouse. And that brings me to some plans that I will talk about now. So I want to make these pants again, and I want to go even further with this modifying them to look 40s thing by taking this. This is a Liverpool, so it's a 4-way stretch scuba type knit in this plum burgundy color. And I want to make the narrow version of the pants again, but I want to put the permanent crease in them. So if you know, vintage pants have this like little permanent crease line that goes down the whole front. That is what I want to do to these pants. And I think it's gonna be pretty easy to pull off. So I want to make those to have another option. And then I did order some fabric because all my shirts and blouses, except for this black plain one, are prints that are really dark and really heavy. So I thought it would be nice to have a few options that were a little bit lighter. So these are all rayon challis. and they are from the seller Fabulace on Etsy. So I got this polka dot challis and rayon challis in this really pretty, I guess, turquoise color. I think it's gonna be really nice. I actually think it will look quite nice with the pants. I just wanted something lighter, like I said, because everything I have is so dark. Then I got this beautiful print that's sort of a border print. So it's got, let me open it up for you. It's got some larger flower motifs, and then it's also got areas with smaller, more dainty flower motifs. So I want to play around with the placement of the flowers, maybe have them go across a yoke or down a sleeve. I've got 2 yards. Hopefully that is enough to do some creative pattern placement. And then finally, I got this rayon challis, and I don't even have 2 yards of this. This was a remnant piece. But it's this light baby blue with little bits of speckles of like mauve and kind of a lavender color with a little bit of rust. And I think that's gonna look really pretty. It also could work with the pants. And this one's gonna have to be a short sleeve shirt. But the shirts that I'm thinking about making with this, I could make another patina. Those are nice. But there's also, I have in my pattern collection, if I can find it really quick. I bought a true 1940s shirt pattern from Etsy quite recently. And I'll see if I can find it. So I've got a cute little short sleeve one I could make with my smaller cuts of fabric. And then I was thinking view A would be really pretty for maybe that long sleeve, that floral, because this is the back yoke. So it has quite a beautiful gathered yoke. So those are some sewing plans. We'll see what I get done because, like I said, I can sew for like very rare occasions right now because the garage that we're remodeling is attached to my sewing room. And because it's noisier, I can't work as much during the week because I do voice acting and garage remodels are too loud to record audiobooks during. So it's been kind of limiting my time and just making me kind of reevaluate my time. But hopefully I'll get something done. I have had time to knit. I have been working on a true vintage knitting pattern, which is exciting and rare for me because I don't knit a lot of true vintage. But I will show you the pattern. It is part of a booklet that I got on Etsy that's from either the late 1930s or the early 1940s. They were not sure. But it's the Corticelli Fluffy Knit knitting booklet. So it's hand knit sweaters and cardigans. This is a DK weight yarn that is cotton based. And it was a bunch of patterns to promote that yarn. So there's this cute vest. There's this lovely sweater. Another really pretty sweater. This one, which I'm definitely gonna make at some point. It's so cute. This one, which has this really cool look, has a little smocking detail. And then this, which I'm actually working on right now. So it has a very fine textured cable pattern. It's in a DK yarn. I'm knitting it with size 7 needles, and I'm using Cascade 220 Superwash, which is a light worsted yarn, and I have knit the whole front. So here we are. Here is the front of the vest. Getting gauge at 4.5 stitches per inch on size 7, US size 7 needles. And I was showing it to you guys inside out. Here's the right way around. There you go. So you can see the little cables. I think this is gonna block and look really cool. But yeah, so you knit the front, you knit the back, you knit some ribbing, and you are done because vest. So here is, ooh, I stopped mid-row, shame on me. Here's what I've got going on the back. I've already got some ribbing done. So this is Cascade 220 Superwash, like I said, in the color Christmas green, but I over-dyed it with a mix of black and blue food coloring to make this kind of deeper, bluer, more spruce green. And I think I'm gonna love it. So that has taken up a lot of my knitting time, and I couldn't be happier with it. And then the last thing I've been working on is a blanket pattern. A Vomsvik blanket by Stephen West. It is hard to say, but that's what it looks like. And this is what I've got so far. So I pretty much have done the first row of it. So you knit it in modules. You make these parallelograms, and then you knit however many you want for this row. And then you pick up stitches and knit it modularly and knit the next row. So I think I want it maybe 1 or 2 squares bigger, but it's pretty close to being as long as I want it. I am using this pretty nice yarn. Let's see if I can find. It is the Loops and Threads Impeccable Acrylic Yarn. So there's 285 yards or 4.5 ounces in a skein. And this is color, well, the colors are not named. They have no names. They just have numbers. But I'm using this brown. I'm using this off-white. I've got this dark teal. Call it navy, maybe. And then I've got this like kind of deep rusty pumpkin color. So that's what I'm doing. And I got distracted by the vest, so I put this down, but it's a really fast project so far, and I think I will really like it. And actually, these are the colors that are in my living room, because we got some new furniture in this sort of cinnamon color and this like ink blue. So I think it'll look really nice in there. So that's what I've been working on. Whew, Halloween, we're still watching some spooky movies, but we just have not been as much in the spirit as we were in previous years. Again, remodeling part of your house and the chaos that goes with that kind of puts a damper on the season, but hopefully we can still enjoy what's left of my favorite month of the year. And I hope that you're having an awesome spooky season in October. Let me know down below what you're making. I would love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon.